Welcome back to Started from the Bottom. I am your host, Susan Peterson. I'm so excited. Today we have fresh from a scope, Lizi Heaps. A little high, but happy to be here.
A little high, but yes, I am very happy to be here.
You went under
Yes,
all the way.
all the way.
I can't believe you're here.
I can't either.
I would have canceled on me.
No, I don't do that because I love you. Ever since I have met you, I am truly obsessed with this woman because you're so nice and you're the real deal. So I love you.
You're so sweet.
But yeah, got a scope, never been put out. That went out fast. Have you been put out?
Yeah, I hate it.
Really?
Yeah, well, I have really low blood pressure, so it's not fun for me.
Oh.
Like coming back out of it is so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like, you need to wake up now. I'm like, this feels too good.
I know.
This feels too good. So yeah, we're here. It's too much fun.
Okay, you're here. Lizi, how did you get started?
Okay, so it's kind of a crazy story, but my mom is the original, right? We call her the OG. And it's
Liz, for everyone to get really
right?
confused.
Yeah.
Liz the food nanny, Lizi the food nanny.
I was named after her.
That's
So I'm
so
the
sweet.
baby of 7 kids, and my dad, they never knew back then what they were having, right? And my mom, every time she said she guessed the wrong sex, and I came out a girl, and my dad's like, no, we're naming her after you. And she's like, no, this is horrible. But anyway, so they did. So that's how I got my name, Lizi. So I'm named after my mom. But my mom started the Food Nanny brand about like 20 years ago. My dad was an airline pilot for Delta Airlines, and he had put everything into his retirement, and they were going to be basically like set for life type thing. And then 9/11 happened, and my dad lost all of his retirement.
Oh my
so
gosh.
in my parents' 50s, they completely had to reinvent themselves. And me being the baby of the 7 kids, I had to watch that whole process, and it was just, that was hard. That was hard to really watch. And so my mom felt like now this was her time to, help with the family, help with the finances. Not that she was never helping. I mean, a homemaker and 7 kids is a ton of work. But she was like, I'm going to now do my part. So she's like, I'm going to write a cookbook. She said, I meal plan. I've been helping families for years. I'm going to write this down on a cookbook because she felt like, back then it was getting lost, right? Family dinner time. But now today, it's even more lost. But anyway, so she wrote the book and then found a publisher and all the crazy things that happened with that. And they started calling her the Food Nanny. They were like, you're kind of like Super Nanny. You go in and rescue dinner. And so anyways, I did that brand, that whole thing with my mom the most. I was with her everywhere, every event, every church event, it didn't matter what it was. It was like I was there to help sell those cookbooks. And my mom and I are super alike. But then the funniest part is she's more like, think about the $20 book. And I'm the aggressive, like, if you don't buy this $20 book and support my mom, I'm going to lose it. She worked so hard, blah, blah, blah. So I just was there with her from day one. And then kind of like my dad started another business and figured out life. And he just said, okay, I think Food Nanny's done its part. They were just like, we're good now. Like it had done what it needed to do. So the brand basically died in a sense. And I was living out in Denver. We were sent out there for my husband's job working for my dad's other company. And so we were in Denver, and I went through a horrible life-changing thing. You know how they say necessity becomes the mother of invention? Like, I've never believed that more. And now, when you look back, you're like, wow, okay, like now I really know why I went through that. Because if I wouldn't have, I would have never dug this deep and really worked this hard. And so anyways, we were financially upside down, and it was a big blindside to me. I had no clue about it. And I don't know, I've never hit rock bottom that hard. I was just like, wow, okay. What am I supposed to do now? I had just had my 4th baby, and I've never felt so lost. And I felt like I really, really prayed like, God, you've truly got to help me here. And not even kidding, the answer came to me so many times that I had to bring back the Food Nanny. And I never had thought about it Never even, like, it was never, I was just like, what? And I didn't even know what to do. But I had looked at people like you,
Mhm.
not that I'm as cool as you,
Whatever.
but I have looked at people on Instagram and I'm like, if they can do it, why can't I do it? And so when I started 5 years ago, there was no stories back then. It was only lives. And I thought, we have such a crazy personality that I feel like we're not this pretty picture type blog, you know? Like, we make delicious food, but we're not this over the top, like, look at this, look at this recipe. I'm like, it's going to grow from our personalities, and it's going to grow from pure love and passion of this is what I do. Like, I was raised this way. I've now taken what she has taught me, and it works. The meal planning and family dinner time, it is the most important thing you can do in the day. And so I don't know. I just zoned in, and it's been 5 years, and I feel like I'm just barely coming up for air. I'm not kidding.
So in 2018, you resurrected the Food Nanny
Yes.
brand.
Yes.
And what'd you start with? You and your mom going live on Instagram?
So I was in Denver. She was living here, and she said, I'll come out once a month and I'll support you. But it was a circus going on. I mean, I would go live. The kids were missing the school bus. My infant fell off the couch one time. I shouldn't probably admit that, but the infant was okay. But it was chaos. But I was just trying to get people to get back into the kitchen. I was trying to be this cheerleader of like, look, meal planning actually works. You need to be cooking for your family, because the biggest thing that I was seeing when I lived out in Denver, this is part of the reason, to backtrack a little bit. It was like, this is why I knew the message was needed even more. All my friends and all my neighbors that I was making out in Denver, they were like, you really cook like this. You really eat bread. You really eat cookies. And I'm like, yes, like, food is life. Food is life. It is so a part of my day. Like, that's what gets me excited about my day. I'm like, what am I eating for breakfast? Okay, what's for lunch now? And I think more than ever in our culture now, it's all about counting macros, and I'm not trying to say that it's all bad, but we're really getting crazy. Like, so many believe that bread is such a bad thing and we can't have the carbs and we can't be doing all of this. And it was more of that I was like, wait, how is this possible? And there was a girl that I had met, and her mom was always on every fad diet. She had shared this with me. And like, she had never had spaghetti sauce. Her mom, I'm not spaghetti sauce, I mean pasta. She would pour the spaghetti sauce over green beans. Like, just weird stuff that I'm like, wait, what? And so a lot of these girls that I was talking to, they had such an unhealthy relationship with food. And they're like, how did you learn all of this? Like, teach us. Like, I truly need the help. And so I just was having lunches all the time and teaching girls how to make bread and showing them how to meal plan. And that was part of the thing, is when I was at my lowest of like, what am I going to do? I said, Mom, it was crazy, because when I got my answer, my mom and I were in the car together, and I started bawling my eyes out, because I looked over at her and I said, Mom, your family about like family dinner time, it's a message that never dies. It just doesn't. And so anyway.
So you start back up the social media accounts, and then when do you start bringing in the kamut and all of your accessories and kitchen stuff?
It's crazy, because I truly believe nothing is a coincidence anymore.
Sure, I don't believe in coincidences
really,
either.
right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not. Like, this is all so meant to be. So we had actually discovered the flour in Italy. We'd always heard of kamut, but it was never this white wheat kamut, all-purpose flour. So right before I started the Instagram, we came back into America, and it was like, where is this amazing flour? And we couldn't find it anywhere. So then after I started the Instagram, it was soon after. It's the craziest story, but the farmer's wife was watching and was like, wait, what? Like they're talking about kamut. And then we found him. It's a very long story. And he was like, how did you find this? He has been trying to break out in the US for over 30 years, but nobody in America wanted to listen to it. So he's been shipping the flour over to Italy for over 30 years. Because when gluten intolerant became a hot thing 30 years ago, the Italians, that's their culture. They're not giving up bread. They're not giving up pasta. And so they're like, no, we're going to find the solution of what is going on here. And because our wheat, everything is so genetically messed up now. It's just the facts. Like even my cow's milk, lactose intolerant can have my cow's milk, side note. And so anyway, this is why everybody now goes to Europe and they're like, why can I eat everything? Why do I feel so good? Why? And it's because they have high standards, right, on their ingredients, but it's especially kamut. That's all they've been using now for 30 years because they did the studies on it. It's an ancient grain. It's never been genetically modified. It's 100% organic. It has less gluten than any white flour. The list goes on and on and on. So anyway, so that was crazy. So we partnered with him and I just started pushing kamut right away because I don't have any of those issues. We don't. But instantly you can tell the difference of taste on every single thing you make. And so we've now become the #1 US distributor of kamut.
Wow.
And then just slowly through the 5 years, I've never forced anything. And I'm somebody that truly goes with their gut. And it's been the most crazy thing just to watch the timeline of everything, like how the kitchen products have now come in and now we're getting pottery and now we're, like all these things. It's like, it's all about the timing. It's just crazy. It's crazy.
No, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, you said you helped your mom a ton, but have you always been entrepreneurial?
No. And this has been like the hardest thing I have ever done.
Really? Why?
Yes. I have had to push and grow myself more than I ever thought. And honestly, I can now still say that I'm grateful for it, but I'm a very outgoing person. I love people. I love to be out there. I am who I am. Like what you see is what you get, right? But then when you start going into this social media world and trying to run a business, it's like, this is a tricky thing. Like I talk to CEOs and they're just like, what you're doing is a far crazier thing because you have to get on every day and show your face, show your family, and you don't get to really, like, I don't show all the bad in my life,
Right.
Like people now are, oh, your life is so perfect. And I'm like, no, it's not. Like, it's really not. Trust me, I've got very hard things that are happening, but I want people to be able to feel like they can come to me for light and happiness and uplifting because I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But it's been super hard. It's been hard to juggle it with a little small family. And it's like a different animal, Susan. Like what I try to say is in the beginning, you're just praying that it's going to go. And now you've got a whole nother animal. Now you've got the animal it's actually going, but you've got to keep it up. And you've got to keep, being that infomercial of like reminding them and showing them and being that cheerleader of like, no, we're still going to cook. We're going to make bread, blah, blah, blah. And then handling a store and employees. And it's bigger than me now.
Yeah.
It's bigger.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, it was me.
So how do you transition from just you to all these people?
I don't know. I feel like I'm just constantly trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
But I'm doing far, far, far better. In the very beginning, I didn't think I would really be affected about what people said or
like the feedback you get on social media.
Yes. I didn't think I would be affected by that. And sorry, you're human, you do.
Yeah.
But the more I grow and push myself and just realize, look, you just got to stay true to who you are. And I'm getting stronger. I'm getting stronger with it. And so I'm just slowly figuring that out. And I'm adapting to like this being a mom because my job is in the home too, still, It's like I'm showing what I'm doing in the home and cooking because that's what I would be doing anyways. But you've got to figure out the balance of it. But I'm doing better. I'm doing better.
So do you feel like you went through a time where like the comments really got you?
Oh, 100%. But the craziest part is the more you grow, the crazier it gets, right?
Yeah.
It's like the comments are worse than ever. People love to now start making rumors about you and different things. And I've been meeting with a lot of different people that are like, that means you're doing something good. Like
It does, but it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't feel like
no,
it.
it doesn't feel like it. No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
But I just met with a really cute big time girl. She came over to my house the other night.
Was it House and Habit?
Yes.
Someone was just here and I said you were coming in and they're like, did Lizzie feed House and Habit the other night?
Did.
How is she?
She's amazing.
She's so
She
good.
is amazing. And she's like, and do you know what's funny? What she said to me? She's like, do you have rumors going on about you? And I said, yeah. And she's like, well, good. She's like, that means something good's happening. She's like, that's me too, you know?
Yeah.
She's like horrible, filthy, disgusting, whatever. She's just like, and she's way bigger. I mean, she's got,
over 1 million.
Yeah, she's got 1.2 million. I'm nothing. I'm a peon.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's one of those things that is easier said than done. Like giving the advice to someone else who's going through it. You're like, don't pay attention to it. It's not that big of a deal.
Right.
But then you start to be like, yeah, well, but this originates from someone I know.
Exactly.
And I trust.
Exactly.
And I love. And so how do you not get
well, you want to know what I want to say?
What?
And it's just the truth. I feel like as women too, why can't we all give each other true grace and truly like believe in each other? And it's like we say that, but we don't.
Yeah.
And the more that I'm in this world of whatever, it's like, I never did this for fame. I never did this to be like, look at me. I'm so great. I'm so beautiful. No. I did this because I didn't have a choice, Like I needed to do something, and you got to believe this strong, like I said earlier, and have this much passion to be doing what you're doing. So it's like, I'm thankful that I had this amazing thing that I was doing that could turn into a job, right? But it's like, I don't know. The more I don't know. I'm trying to be nice, but do you not get what I'm trying to say? I hate how you give so much faith and trust into people. I do it more than anybody because I'm not perfect, but I genuinely want the best.
Yeah.
Like I can appreciate what you have done. I can appreciate what everybody has done, right? And I'm like, and there's reasons why people do what they do. There just is. I don't know. It's just like you're not living their life. You don't know all the details. You don't know everything that they're going through. And so it's like, we're all doing that in our own different way. We all have something that we're going through. And I just wish that it could be like a true support. True support on that.
Yeah. And I love how you say grace because what
grace.
you see is like 1/16 of actually what is going on. And you never know really what's happening behind the scenes. So how do you deal with it then when you're feeling a little vulnerable and feeling like, who do I trust? And
I think what's been really sad, because I'm such an outgoing personality, I've had to close up a little bit.
Yeah. And that's isolating.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I think you have to literally, because even if you're not saying anything that crazy, it's then so twisted into like, wait, what?
Yeah,
like
people see what they want to see.
Exactly. And I'm honestly grateful. Like, I don't know why it's going to make me emotional. I'm grateful for so many challenges that I've been through with this, because I look at people different.
I feel that same way.
I do.
Yeah.
I really do. I think I was really quick to judge.
Yeah.
I think I was one of those people.
Also, sometimes it's just fun. Like, let's be honest now.
Let's be honest. It's true. Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, wait, what? Okay, that's fun.
I know.
That's juicy. That's greasy.
But then you have to look at yourself and you're like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. My daughter and some of her friends were over and they were talking, and I was like, listen, this is going to be a lesson you're going to have to learn the rest of your life. I don't know. Like, it's like the lesson I've had to learn more than anything.
100%.
There's a lot of lessons I can learn first time, done.
Oh, I know.
But this one, I'm like, don't talk about other girls.
No.
Don't do it. Just
don't
assume
do it.
people...
And don't trust within the friend that much. You know what I mean? The way that they do that.
Yeah.
No, I think I was super naive. Like high school, I was the homecoming queen and I was so outgoing. It was drama all day long, every day. It was like, oh gosh, did you hear Lizzie was doing this? I'm like, what? Not even close. I think I got naive that it wouldn't be like this. But now I've been quick to find that, woo, are you kidding me? Putting yourself out there to the world like this? Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
They want to write your story.
Yeah. Kind of fun. What do Abby and I always say? Negative feedback is positive algorithm.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah. Go off on the algorithms.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I hope that made sense.
It did. Yeah. No, you're doing great. It feels like you've really come out of being high and
I'm coming back out of my high. Don't ask me too personal because I might say things I don't want to say. I'm just kidding.
Here's the thing. We can take anything out. What's the scrappiest thing that you've ever done?
The what?
Scrappiest.
What's scrappiest mean?
Like I always look at it like something that like an opportunity came along and maybe you weren't ready for it and you're like, let's go, and you just get it done.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I do that on the daily.
Okay, let's hear some.
Let's think of one. I'm definitely somebody that likes to live like that.
Are you a last minute kind of girl?
Oh yeah.
You know what my mantra is?
What?
If you wait till the last minute, it only takes you a minute.
I love that.
Right?
I love that. No, I can't even book like trips way far in advance anymore. Like I am like I love to go with the flow.
Plus you like the drama.
Yes.
Of it. Yes.
I love the drama. I love the thrill of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. What have I done lately that I feel like I do that all the time, but I'm trying to think of something juicy.
Juicy?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something juicy for you. I don't really know.
Okay.
I don't know.
What about your farm?
Okay, that's an absolute yes.
How did that start?
That is absolutely crazy. That was within a 24-hour.
What happened?
Okay, so I was at my friend's. I've lived in the country my whole life. I'm in my childhood home. But we never had animals like that. Never, never, never. But I was at my friend that had just started a little farm and I was milking the cow. I thought it was the coolest thing but I had always seen that. My friend had a dairy farm, but they did the machine milkers, like not the hand milker. And every time it was the black and white Holstein cows, every time she would put that raw milk on my cereal, I was like, oh, I can't even eat the cereal. So I thought all raw milk like that was just pure nasty. So I go and I'm hand milking and I'm like having this beautiful moment with this Jersey cow. And then I tasted it and you make this like little special drink. It's better than Starbucks. I'm not even kidding. You put a little bit of cinnamon and and brown sugar, and it's got a little bit of ground cloves. And then you're getting the foam on top. It is better than any Starbucks drink you could ever get. I'm not even kidding. And I drank it and I'm like, what is this? This is insane. And I left, that feeling never left me. Like it was like the whole starting the Food Nanny thing. And I just said, I can't even believe this. I really feel like I've got to get a cow. And I had already had chickens. And a lot of people say that the chickens are the gateway they're like, it's the gateway to get in, the gateway drug, whatever, into the farm animals. I honestly believe it because the chickens are so easy and fun that I'm like, well, let's get a cow.
Can't be that hard, right?
No, it can't be that hard. So literally didn't even have the fencing. I had nothing. I get on, I tell the fannies, because that's what they're called, are fannies. And I said,
the food nannies.
Yeah, the
are
food
called
nannies
fannies. Got
are called
it.
fannies.
Love it.
Yeah. And I said, we're going to get a cow. And one of my fannies had a dairy farm with a Jersey cow out in Ogden. And so I went out and I got to handpick what then became Fanny. And
you named her after the fannies.
Yes.
Okay, love it.
And she's the best thing that has ever happened. And I know for a fact that's what changed the brand and moved it on to a whole different direction too.
Oh, in what way?
It instantly like made me more grounded. It was very weird. Like, I love to shop. My dad was an airline pilot. I've traveled the world, you know, like I love the city, but I love to be in the country too. But there was something about it that like, it really like took me back to my roots. I'm
so
serious.
It made you more grounded.
Me more grounded.
And then what, the content that you produced?
And then the content from it, they were like, you're like this modern milkmaid type thing. Because I'll come down to City Creek and of course I'll go to Nordstrom or something and I'll buy something. But then I'm going back home and I'm having this moment with the cow. And I'm not kidding. Our souls are connected. They are connected. Like there's something so peaceful about it. Not really with all this snow right now. This has now ruined it because I don't have a barn.
Are you guys snowed in?
Yeah, basically. And my hands are about to fall off. It's so cold because I haven't built my barn yet. But really, I'm like the fresh raw milk. It's all it like her genes have never been touched like the wheat for 2,000 years. You're having this amazing moment. Like I have sat there, I have cried to Fanny, I have let out everything with her. Like, I swear she feels it. I lay on her like she's the cleanest cow that's ever lived. I'm not kidding. And they're obsessed with it. They love it. And then I'm making butter with it, the heavy cream. Are you kidding me? That heavy cream? Are you kidding me? Anyway, and then she's had babies and then that whole experience.
What do you do with the babies? Do you keep them?
Well, we just barely got rid of the first one.
Are you sad?
Oh, you should have saw it. I told social media. And that was a lot of good and a lot of bad. But I was like, you know what? It's the circle of life. And I felt like I needed to show that. So I talked about it. Can you believe that?
No. What do you mean when you got rid of the baby?
Well, so she's had 3 babies. You have to keep getting the cows pregnant to produce milk. It's like humans. We're not going to always have milk. So she's had 3 babies. So the very first one was a steer.
Okay.
And he was ginormous. And it was like, I just kept saying, I'm going to keep him. I'm going to ride him. I'm going to put him in the rodeos and I'm going to ride him on the streets. It's ridiculous. He was so big and it got scary and they can get very aggressive and all the things. So anyways, he went to the
slaughterhouse.
Yes.
Okay, why are you sad? You like don't want to say it.
I know, because I bawled like a baby.
Okay, you have animals though.
I know.
This is a circle of life.
It was very sad.
Okay.
I had never like done the mentality of that. Like it wasn't like when he was born, I'm like, well, we're then gonna, eat him for meat. I was kissing him. He was Moose. I was kissing him and loved him. And he would follow me. It was like a dog. I'm not kidding.
I don't know why. This is so funny to me. So have you slaughtered your chickens ever?
No.
Okay, so this was really traumatic.
No, I'm
for you.
serious. This was very traumatic.
Okay.
And I mean, really, you should have saw it when we took him. They were like, I'm not going to lie. I've never seen anything like this because normally they're so crazy, not trained. He went in like a dog and looked at me with sad puppy dog eyes.
Yeah, I mean, someday you're going to have to answer for those sins.
I know.
Okay, so her
but
first
I loved
one
him. Yeah.
went away like that.
Yeah, and then there's girls. So I haven't done anything with them yet. But then I did get a mini. I had never heard of a mini
I saw
jersey.
your mini.
Yeah. She's so cute. She comes up to my hip. It's like a toy.
And what is she?
She's pregnant and she's a jersey too.
And is she gonna? So she's gonna produce milk.
Yeah. So I milk her too. So we've got 2 milking. We got Fanny and we got Goldie.
You have a lot of milk coming.
I know. But you know what's really fun about the minis is that you only have to milk them once a day and they're like less space, less feed, all the things. And it's like they give like 1 gallon a day, which is good.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Instead of like 2.5. Well, when Fanny, right after she has a baby, it's like 7 gallons total, 9 gallons a day.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. Anyways, but that was a quick 24-hour
And
type
now you
thing.
have a full farm.
And now it became a full farm.
Do you have horses?
No.
Just cows.
Yeah.
Um,
Just cows.
What do you want next? I know you have your eye on something.
I really don't.
No.
Horses I can't do.
I'm
but I love them.
shocked with how much you like to travel. You have cows. Who milks the cows?
That is the hardest part. I'm
That's
not going to lie.
People don't realize.
They don't. And people don't want to help. Sorry.
I grew up with one of my best friends had a dairy, and it is nonstop. You can't leave.
No, you have to milk them
every day.
Twice a day.
Twice a day. Yeah.
Twice a day. So that's been difficult, but my husband has missed out on like a lot of different things, like where I'm just like, I'll just take the kids because now he works for Food Nanny and that's part of his job. So he's got to milk those cows. You got to milk those cows.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So talk to me more about your mom, like your guys' philosophy around gathering people around food.
Okay, yeah.
Because we talked a little bit about that at the beginning, but I'd love to hear, like, where does that come from with your mom? And, like, what are you guys trying to do in the future with that?
Yeah, totally. So my mom, you know, obviously was raised with grandmas that were great cooks and a mom with a great cook. And they always had, you know, dinner time. It was super important, right? So from day one, when my mom started having her babies, it was just like, no, this is where we connect. You know, we're all busy during the day. We're all going a million different ways. And it was like, it's our one time that's the most natural setting in your day to sit around the table and just look in each other's eyes, communicate about the day, and connect. And why not do that over good, delicious food? And like I said, just barely, it is the most natural setting. You can't get it more natural. And so that's just what I was raised by. It was like, no, it was always dinner time. My mom would cook 5 nights a week and she would take 2 nights off. And so I've always kind of like lived that plan. And then we always went by theme nights because you need a variety of food. You're never supposed to eat red meat back to back. You're not supposed to have pasta back to back. And so we came up with theme nights, and I'm not kidding. I've never gone away from those theme nights.
Okay, tell me your theme nights.
So like Monday's comfort food, Tuesday's Italian, Wednesday's fish, meatless or breakfast, Thursday's Mexican, Friday pizza, Saturday grill, and Sunday tradition.
What nights don't you cook?
Well, it just depends. It's like most of the time, maybe it's Friday night. I'm either cooking the pizza or we're getting pizza. And then maybe Saturday. It just depends, but maybe it's like Friday, Saturday for me most of the time. But yeah, so I just realized I still got these things on me from the scope. I'm like, I got something on me.
I didn't even realize.
Okay, sorry. Anyway, so I was raised with that and I loved it. Being the baby of 7 kids, are you kidding me? I lived for the yummy food, number one, because I've already told you, like, that's a big part of me. I'm all about good food, but I couldn't wait for that dinner table to hear all the drama of all the kids and the boyfriends, the girlfriends, the da-da-da. Like, dinner time was the most entertaining thing of my freaking life. I loved it. And so right away, when I got married and started having kids, I then did the same thing because the hardest part about dinner is deciding what to make.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's the hardest part. So the meal planning, it doesn't matter. Working mom, you guys, you know, single, don't have kids, whatever. You can meal plan it to the way that you need it. And it's like once you just have the groceries in the house, when 4 o'clock rolls around and it's time to make dinner, you're prepared. You've got everything in the house. You're ready to go. You're ready to do it. And so it was, I think I took for granted, honestly, that I had a mom that just did all that. I thought that was very normal, that's what everybody did. I was like, everybody makes bread. Everybody meal plans. Everybody makes dinner. I didn't really know that. And so it wasn't until I was more removed from my family and removed from Utah and I was living in Denver that I was like I said earlier, I'm like, this isn't the norm. This is not the norm. People don't worry about dinner time. They're not connecting with their kids and spouses during the day. And anyway, and on top of it, they're on every fad diet under the sun. And I'm like, no, we will eat the bread. I'm very demanding on the bread.
Yeah, no, I love it. How often do you make bread?
Oh my gosh. Probably almost every day.
Really?
Yes.
Are you sourdough girl?
Well, I'm now doing both.
Oh, what do you like better?
I'm doing both. I'm obsessed with both. And sourdough kamut, kamut already is so good on your gut. It's true. Like we have 99% of gluten intolerant. We have celiac. We have people that are allergic to wheat. Like obviously I can't say it's gluten-free, but but then the sourdough kamut, you can't get better. And I love that I go back and forth because sourdough is a little bit of a labor of love.
Yeah, my husband makes sourdough.
What kind does he do?
Regular, but
Yeah.
there's been multiple times when we're watching a movie in bed and he'll bring the bowl into bed.
Because he's stretching and folding.
Yes.
I know. Yes. It's a freaking labor of love.
Put it under the blanket so that it stays warm in there.
I freaking love him. That's amazing.
He also makes Queen Amon and
I love Queen
croissants. Yeah.
And those take a ton of time.
They take a lot of time.
Oh, yeah.
He's lately been doing like the red fuego tacos with like the sauce and the meat and like all this stuff.
Why has he never cooked with me? I've asked you to do this with me.
Let's do it.
For seriously like 2 years.
He's actually really grumpy and sassy. So I think you guys are going to get along great.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
I'm not afraid of him. Not for 2 seconds.
But he likes to make, he cooks every night and he's really good at it. Right now he's starting his garden. His dream is to cows, chickens, garden up in the country. But he has a new greenhouse that he's filling with all of his starters right now. He's got heaters out there, all the stuff. Yeah.
Okay, we have to make this happen.
Yeah, let's do it.
I would love to make the tacos with him.
Yeah, the tacos
and we could
are good.
talk sourdough, all of it.
Yeah, I saw this morning, he had just been feeding his sourdough last night. He feeds it at night.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, I think
he
you guys.
needs my flour.
You've sent it to us before and your dough hook, which I think he still does use your dough hook.
Good.
Yeah. He's got his whole thing. When I recently just stopped being full-time at Freshly Picked and I was home for 2 weeks and he's like, "Don't you have somewhere to go?" That was like the main reason we got really serious about the podcast because he doesn't like me home all the time.
I did not know you were doing that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you feeling good?
Yeah, so far so good. It's fun. Freshly Picked's in great hands. We have a great team, great leadership over there. And I've been doing this 13 years. I wanted to take a step back a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still
I get it.
The majority owner and still heavily involved at the board level and thinking through strategy and like forecasting and stuff, but not running the day-to-day.
That's amazing.
It's very nice.
Good for you.
So instead, I'm over here working Abby to the bone.
Nice.
He's like, yes, she is. But it's really fun.
That's so fun.
How many animals is enough, Lizzie?
I don't know. How many is enough? Oh my gosh. I don't know. I think I'm done. I don't think I'm going to keep getting different. I don't really care. The milk.
What do you do with the new baby Jersey cow?
Jersey? I let them nurse for so long.
Okay.
But I'm going to have to get rid of a couple more.
Yeah, no, we will take the baby Jersey off your hands because I think you could have
Everybody wants it.
I know.
Okay.
I think you could have it in town, right? It's small enough.
Oh, yeah.
And where we live in the river bottoms, it's horse land.
Okay.
So we could actually do it there. Do
well,
they
you'll
stink?
love it. Well, yeah, there's manure.
My neighbors are going to hate me.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we won't do it.
But the thing is you have to wait till they're old enough to then get them pregnant too.
Oh, yeah. No, that's too much work. We're at the point in our life. My youngest is 14. And so he'll be out of the house in like 4 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So we're at the point where like even a dog feels like a lot right now.
A dog is like another child.
No,
the cows are easier than a dog to me.
Dogs are a lot.
I'm being dead serious.
But so the thought of having to figure out milking schedule where we're going to be empty nesters in a little bit.
But it's very true.
Yeah.
But that milk and cream, he'd be going nuts.
Chris will just drive up. He'll bring you Queen Amons and trade you.
Fine. Well, let's trade.
Okay.
I'm not kidding. If I don't cook with him soon, I need to do with this.
We'll get you. Have you made Queen Amons?
Yeah. I made an easier version though, because I don't want to wait 24 hours.
He doesn't wait 24 hours.
12?
I don't know. No, he's made them in like 6 hours before.
Okay.
He just chills the counters really good.
Well, I just made a sourdough Queen Amon.
Really?
You got to ask if he did sourdough.
No, he doesn't
go crazy.
do sourdough.
Yeah.
No. He's got his special butter, but then we could use
Oh, yeah.
Fanny's
I'll bring you
butter.
my Fanny's butter.
Okay.
Okay.
This is gonna
Oh, my
be
gosh.
so
My
fun.
mouth is watering.
If you guys have never had a Queen Amon, it's like the most beautiful French pastry of your life.
The best. It's so much butter. It's just layers and layers of butter.
Yeah, no.
And it's crystallized.
Oh,
It's
so good.
Oh,
What is one lesson that you learned early on in your business that is still true today?
I don't know. I guess to believe in myself.
Oh, I like that.
Is that good?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know.
Yeah. Can you think of like where you learned that lesson the hardest?
Oh my gosh.
That's the thing with entrepreneurs, right? You have to learn you pay the dues.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You really do. I think that the more that I've been talking to other people that think they want to be an entrepreneur, they don't get it. Like this is your baby.
Yeah.
This is your baby. Like, look what you just said. You've been doing this for 13 years. You're still totally in it, but you're going to step back finally just a little bit. It's like people think that this is easier, like that this is an easier way of life. And it's like, no, this is not easier. But it's great, but you've got to believe in yourself. You got to have the passion and just, I don't know. I think that I'm proud that I've continually gone with my gut and my feelings. And I've second guessed myself obviously a lot, but then I've been like, no, I do know what I'm doing. And I'm like, just keep going. Cause it's like, I think it's funny. I'm not one that loves to like throw out numbers and be like, don't worry, like my sales were this and you know, some people are like that. They love to tell you the numbers. They love to act like they're, I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't want to be like that. I love to be in more of like, this is successful, this is going, but I want to stay humble no matter what too, because it's like, I know what it's like starting from the very, very, very bottom, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Do you feel like, I think that's probably true about where you operate from too. You're like community first.
Right.
And
Totally.
And then from the community, that's where you build your sales.
Totally.
And so do you have someone in your business that is like, hey, this is our forecast for the month, or this is what we're trying to get to? And you're like, cool, tell me how much I need to sell.
No.
Do you pay attention to the numbers much?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I look every single day.
Yeah.
Like multiple times a day. But I will not talk about something that I don't like and I don't love. And my fannies, they know that now. And so it's like when I then do talk about something, it absolutely explodes because I don't want anybody to waste their time and money on something stupid. So I have somebody, you know, all the time that's like, well, come on, like, let's do this or let's bring in this thing. And I'm like, but I don't love it. Like, I like it, but I don't love it. And I'm like, I won't do it.
Yeah.
I won't do it. And so it's, yeah, they know that. They know that. But the number game, it's like, yeah, there's a goal every month of like what we should obviously try to get to because you have a store, you have all these employees, you've got, I mean, I never even thought about inventory, okay? Never. Now that you're this entrepreneur, you're like, whoa. It's like, okay, you sell all this flour, but then you got to go back and you got to pay the mill to grind all the flour. You got to buy all this flour again. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And my mind now thinks totally different. Like now when I go somewhere, like even a Chick-fil-A or whatever, I love to say this story. My sister and I talk about it, that it's like you go to the Chick-fil-A, the line is out the door. It's just, you know, wrapping around every single day. But I'm like, but after the sauce, the employees, the cups, the da-da-da-da, I'm like, what are they coming out with on a day? You know, like this is now the way my brain works. Never thought about that.
Yeah, you're constantly, I always do this whenever I go to a sports game, concert.
Yes.
Like when I'm in a restaurant, anytime I'm somewhere, I'm like, I wonder what their margins are here. And I wonder how much rent is. And like,
exactly.
Yeah, you just look at
like
things
now when I go and buy, you know, something, I'm like, how much is that? 50 markup, you know, 50% markup, whatever. No, you constantly, your brain now, and that's the entrepreneur brain. And I never thought I had it. And now I can't stop.
Yeah.
I think about it all the time. But it's fun.
But do you feel like you operate from that point of view mostly, or are you like community people first?
No, totally community people first.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. It's like, I never thought that it could be what it was now. You know what I mean? So it's like, no, it's not, oh gosh, I got to make this much. I got to do this much. It's all about like staying true to myself. And it's like, if it sells, it sells. you know? But
Yeah.
but then I do try. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. I feel like it's obvious, and I think I really admire that about you, how you are so community driven, because I feel like if you weren't, the hard stuff, the things that are happening to you, you would pull back, but it's like very apparent
100%.
that you care about your community.
I care about them so much. And when I meet them, it's like the greatest thing to me. I just went to Florida for the weekend. I can't even believe how many times in Florida. It's wild. Like they're everywhere and they're so good to me. They feed me back. I've said that a million times. I'm like, they always constantly say, you've done so much for me. And I'm like, no, they'll never know what they've actually done for me.
Yeah.
They feed me back every single day. Really.
I love it.
And yeah.
What advice would you give to someone starting out?
Oh my gosh.
Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
You don't know how many people have said that. Like, why would you want to?
It's very true. No, I think that if somebody's really going to start out, it's like you got to be prepared to hold on tight. And I mean, I've even had to deal with hard things even within my family, my own family, that I never thought would happen. And so it's just, if you're going to do it, you got to love it. You got to have a lot of passion. I've said passion a lot, but truly it's like, this is a deep, 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 deep love. Like, how could somebody be so connected to a wheat?
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
Me.
You.
I get beyond emotional about it. When I'm up in the kamut fields, I'm bawling. Like there is a spiritual feeling that's going on there. Like I'm not exaggerating. And so it's like, no, you've got to believe in it. You've got to want it. And you've got to be willing to like treat your baby. Like, I mean, you got to get this baby going, because there's a couple of companies that I've now started to deal with, and they just thought, oh, this is easy money. You know, like I'll just start doing this and I'll make a ton of money and I'll give whatever, you know, kind of in return. Like, don't care about if it's good or not. It's like, well, what, you know what I'm trying to say? Like the quality control or whatever. And it's like, no, I don't know. I eat, sleep, and breathe this.
Yeah.
I eat, sleep, and breathe it. And that's what you have to do. And just believe in yourself and push yourself and I don't know, just you got to work super, 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 super hard.
Yeah.
Super hard. Yeah. But I think that everybody's got an own incredible passion and talent. I think that it's not just made for certain people. I think we all have something to offer.
Yeah.
I totally do. But I think you have to be willing to put in the price. And I knew that, but I really didn't know that. And I have a whole new respect for everybody that has a business that has ever done this. I truly was one of those in the very beginning that thought, being an influencer, that's so easy. Put up your phone, you know, do-da-da. And I'm like, no, you don't get the preparing all day long to film the recipe, you know, and then you want to look good. I don't want to look bad. So then I'm trying to look good, say the right thing, dealing with the kids. It's just, I have a whole new respect, whole new respect for everybody and every business. I'm like, wow, bravo. Like even the restaurants that I go into now, the bakeries that I go into, and I'm like, you've been up since what? 3 a.m.? Working like a dog, making those Queen Amants, making those things. I'm like, no, this is a love and a passion that people don't understand how it's a lot. But it's amazing. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go into some rapid fire questions.
Oh, gosh.
I say rapid. I need to change that. Abby, what should we call it? I always say rapid fire, but we end up being tangent, so it's so fun. Okay, what's your dream animal?
Oh my gosh. To have?
Yeah. Are you it? Is this it? You got it.
Gosh, you got me. I was going to say a tiger, but what am I going to do with the tiger?
It's like Lizi becomes a Utah tiger
I know.
queen.
I'm like, I'm going to sleep with the tiger. No, the cow. It's too much fun. A Jersey cow. I got it.
What about the mini one? Which one?
Oh,
which
and the
one
mini.
Do you like better?
Gosh, and I do love the mini now. I don't know. The mini is so freaking fun.
What's the mini's name?
Goldie.
Goldie. And Fanny.
And Fanny.
Okay.
Just one of those. We have the dream animal. It's good.
Do your kids like them?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Are they good at helping? No.
Do they have chores that they have to do for the animals?
It's so much snow and so cold. It's like until there's a barn, I can barely do it.
When are you building the barn?
Hopefully in the spring.
You have to this year,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, have to.
Can't do one more winter
No, I'm
without
like,
a
that
barn.
was the worst winter.
Yeah, it's been wild. I saw the other day that Utah got 700 inches of snow this year.
Oh my gosh.
It's like 70 feet.
That's insane.
Insane.
But we needed it, right? But I'm
We
like,
needed it.
whatever, we're
But
done.
now we're
Gonna flood.
We're gonna flood. That's gonna be interesting. I live
It's
in
like,
the,
it's never good. It's
I
never
live in
good.
the river bottoms in Provo. We're actually kind of concerned.
Serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you have that much snow?
Well, the snow, it doesn't matter. Think about
yeah,
like
runs
half
off.
of Temp goes into the Provo River. Cascade goes into the Provo, and then anything between Deer Creek and here in Provo goes into the Provo River.
Well, what are you going to do?
I don't know. Just hope and pray for the best. Put up some sandbags and make sure our flood insurance is set. I don't know. Maybe I'll get a new kitchen out of it.
Oh, well, lucky.
I don't even cook, but I don't like the way our kitchen looks.
I want to come to your house.
You got to come over.
Yeah, I'm coming.
What's your dream vacation?
My dream vacation.
Or your favorite one to take with your family? How about this? Favorite one to take with your family, favorite one to take with your friends?
Oh my gosh. Well, I just love to go to Europe. I
love
absolutely
Europe. I'm
love
going to
Europe.
Italy in 2 weeks with my friends.
Lucky.
It's my friend's 50th birthday, so we're going over for her birthday.
Where in Italy?
You know, I do know a couple of the places. You know, have you seen that meme where it's like there's two types of friends when you travel: the friend that plans everything and the friend that sends a Venmo. I'm a Venmo friend.
Oh yeah, I'm the Venmo friend too.
Okay, so I think we're starting in Florence. Then we're going to Venice.
Oh, Venice.
Then the Amalfi Coast, and then Rome.
You're gonna die. Have you been?
Yeah, I've only been to Milan. It was so amazing.
Rome and Venice and all that, you're gonna die.
I'm really excited.
It's incredible.
I'm excited. It's 5 girls.
That's insane.
It's gonna be fun.
No, I really, really want to go to New Zealand.
So do I.
I have never been. And do you know how many fannies I have in New Zealand?
Really?
Let's go.
There's a lot of farming in New Zealand.
I know.
I want to go because I read some fiction books about rugby players that lived in New Zealand.
Really? And what? What about them?
They're just fun. And
Super hot?
Yeah, fun and spicy. And I was like, okay, I'll go to New Zealand. Why
Let's
not?
go.
Yeah.
No, I want to go there so bad.
Okay, let's go.
It's my dream
But it's
vacation
a long
right
flight,
now.
right? It's like
That's
20
fine.
hours. Okay.
We'll do it.
Is your dad still a pilot?
No,
No.
he's retired. Yeah.
My brother-in-law, he just got hired from Alaska. He was in the Air Force for 21 years.
Whoa.
And so my sister, every week, I'm like, has your flight benefits kicked in yet? And she's like, no, next week.
You know
She's
what,
so
though? Those
excited.
flight benefits, they're harder than ever to even get on.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like my dad still has free flying. He's so, because he's like retired.
Yeah.
You're low on the list.
Well, they luckily live in Spokane, which is a small
Oh,
little-
well, then there
yeah.
you go. Then they're going to be good.
Yeah, if you're trying to fly Delta out of Salt Lake, yeah.
Yeah,
no,
out of
good
Salt
luck.
Lake, it's a joke.
Yeah, good
okay,
luck.
good. I'm
Yeah.
happy for her.
Yeah, so she's really excited.
Happy for her.
Okay, but what about with your kids? What's your favorite place to go?
My favorite place to go with my kids, honestly, they just love a beach vacation. That's just the best. It's the easiest for me, too. I'm like, let the water entertain them.
Yeah, there's their nanny for the
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
Are you early bird or night owl?
Oh, my gosh, night owl.
Really? You
Oh,
like to
yeah.
stay up late?
Oh, yeah.
What do you do?
Well, because it's like you go all day, and then once I finally get the kids down, it's like I need my brain to like shut down for
How
a
old
second.
are your kids?
I've got a 13-year-old, a 10, an 8, and a 5.
Oh, you have young kids still. Yeah.
Yeah.
Young.
Young
13-year-old boy or girl?
girl, and then 3 boys.
Oh my gosh. I'll tell you what, teenage girls are special.
Are they super sassy?
13's kind of tricky, but I feel like it's like your first little, like you're just testing the waters.
Oh yeah.
My daughter's 16 right now. She's an angel. She's so fun.
Oh.
She is my favorite person. She's so fun to be around. She's so sweet. We went to Paris last summer and it was just like magical. Just me and
I love
her.
that.
Yeah. teenagers are fun.
I just went on a daughter trip to Florida with her.
Oh,
that was our
fun.
first daughter trip.
Yeah.
It was good.
I feel like you need to have a little bit of hey, we're on the same team.
Yeah.
So you can either, like, things can either be really fun or really hard.
Exactly.
And you get to decide kind of talk with your teenage girls.
Exactly.
I had to have that talk, but yeah, Hattie she's amazing. I'm gonna be so sad when she's a junior, so I'm gonna be so sad.
Is she your oldest?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have 2. I have 16.
Wait, I thought you
14.
had 3.
No, just 2.
Oh,
I guess you could
3.
count either my dog, one of my dog.
I really thought you had 3.
No, I have 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so
And only one girl like me.
one girl,
so it's super
one
special.
boy. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's so fun.
I love that.
Any good books you've read lately?
No.
You don't read books?
No.
Why are you looking like
Because I probably haven't read one since high school.
Oh my gosh.
I'm the worst.
Really? You don't like
Yes.
any books?
No. I don't have time for that.
Do you listen to
I've been writing
podcasts?
cookbooks and
Oh,
all
yeah.
that stuff.
So,
I'm like, I'm not.
you know, my husband reads cookbooks, like,
Oh, so do I.
yeah, like books. Like, he
That's-
got Donna Hayes' book recently, went through the whole thing, loved
See,
it.
that's what I kind of wrote mine like.
Yeah.
A lot of stories.
Oh, he's going to love it.
Yeah.
Because he loves salt, fat, acid, heat. Because that's kind of like the same
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
Like a
yeah.
ton of stories. Yeah, no, he'll read a cookbook like a novel.
Yeah.
He's got his girlfriends on the shelf.
Gosh, we need to
We'll
hang
add
out.
you to it.
Gosh,
You're going to be
get-
his new girlfriend.
Yeah, and me. I want to be his new girlfriend.
On it. On it. Okay, any podcasts you listen to? No.
You.
Oh, Lizzie.
You win, number 1.
Wait, any good shows or movies? Do you watch TV? No,
I don't feel like there's really any good TV on anymore.
have you watched
I have
Ted
to be
Lasso?
honest. No,
You're going to love Ted Lasso.
Really?
Yeah, Ted Lasso's cute.
no. Okay, I'll have to watch it. On Netflix? What?
It's on Apple TV.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. No, you know what unwinds me when I'm
What?
having a
I'd love to
really
know.
hard day?
What?
I go back to 2 shows, and I'm sure everybody says it. The Office
Yep.
and Seinfeld.
I watch The Office probably once a year. Like,
Yeah.
like in the fall.
Like the full.
yeah, the
Yeah,
full
me
thing.
too.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll stop after Michael leaves
Yeah, because he's the best.
because he's the best.
Yeah.
And it kind of gets a little hairy there for a
Yes.
bit. But yeah, half of our family inside jokes are about The Office.
I know. And it takes me out of my world.
Yes. And it's
And
so
it-
comforting.
Oh.
There's something.
And I've needed that more than ever. The last 5 years, I'm just like, I just don't want anything. I just want to laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. Okay.
Love it. Yeah.
What's your favorite recipe?
Oh my gosh. How do you even say that?
It's like
How do you
picking
even
your favorite
do that?
kid, right?
I know.
What have you liked making lately?
I'm obsessed with my new cinnamon roll baguette,
Ooh.
and it is pretty
Okay,
freaking good.
I need you and Chris to figure this out. Actually, we were getting Trader Joe's had them last Christmas. They didn't have them this last Christmas. So like 2 Christmases ago, it was croissant bread.
Oh, I never had it.
So good, and it was like cinnamon flavored, and it made the best French toast.
Okay.
So I feel like that's something
I'm going to figure that out.
Yeah, it was.
I'm going to Google that.
It was
croissant
straight up
bread.
a loaf of bread,
Shut up. Okay, I'm going to figure that out.
and then best French toast ever.
Okay.
But cinnamon roll bread, amazing.
It is, oh my. You're getting the French baguette, but it's cinnamon rolls and then like a cinnamon
Yeah.
roll and then you put the frosting. I can't stop making
or even
it.
just fresh butter with salt.
Oh, it
yum.
is.
Okay, now I'm hungry.
I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry.
Have you been fasting?
Yeah.
Oh, she came.
So I had a cracker. They gave me a cracker at the hospital, and now I've had a bite of this, and I don't fast.
Who does?
Exactly.
Well, Lizzie, thank you so much for coming on. This was really fun.
You're too much fun.
You're amazing.
When I really did finally meet you, when was it? 2 years ago?
I think so.
I was so starstruck over you.
Stop it.
No, really. I have watched you from the very beginning. I remember you on Shark Tank and the whole thing, and I'm like, she's a Utah girl. And I think you are the epitome of a woman entrepreneur. And I don't know why it's making me emotional. I really, really, really like you.
Thank
And
you.
you've been so kind and just when 2 years ago, it's like all these different people that I would meet, they weren't nice. They weren't friendly. And you always have been.
You're so nice.
You really have.
Thank you.
So I really like you.
I like you too.
Like I love you. Thank you.